Have you noticed the stairs feeling a little steeper lately? Or that rising from your chair takes just a bit more effort than it used to? That quiet stiffness in your calves? The late-night cramp that jerks you awake? These aren't just signs of getting older, they're messages. Messages your body is sending you. And here's the surprising part. The cause may not be age at all. In fact, 2 vitamins that many people take to stay healthy might actually be working against you. Weakening your muscles, draining your energy, making every step feel just a little harder than it should. And it's the final part of this video, something almost no one talks about, that could hold the real key to protecting your strength and independence. Please, stay with me until the end. It could change how you care for your body and your freedom. While you're here, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you watching from today? And if leg cramps or fatigue have made life harder lately, just type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0. Either way, I'm glad you're here. What's really causing leg weakness after 60? Let's take a moment to look beyond the surface, because leg weakness after 60 isn't just about getting older. It's not simply wear and tear. It goes deeper than that. One of the biggest hidden culprits is something called sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle mass. According to the Mayo Clinic, after the age of 60, adults lose between 3 to 8% of their muscle mass with each passing decade. And it doesn't stop there. As muscles shrink, they also lose strength and coordination. That means you may notice more wobbles when you stand, your knees might ache when you go up steps, and getting out of a low chair might feel more like a workout than it used to. But sarcopenia doesn't act alone. There's another force at work: chronic inflammation. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, a diet high in sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats can trigger low-grade inflammation throughout the body. You might not feel it immediately, but over time, it quietly damages your muscle fibers, slows down their repair process, and interrupts circulation. And when your blood flow is restricted, your muscles don't receive the oxygen or nutrients they need to stay strong. This combination, muscle loss and silent inflammation, is like a slow leak in a tire. You don't notice it at first, but one day, everything feels harder. Your legs feel heavier. Your balance shifts. The freedom to move begins to fade. 2 vitamins secretly harming your legs. We often reach for vitamins thinking they're always a safe, helpful addition to our routine. But what if I told you that 2 of the most common vitamins, ones often marketed to older adults for bone health and immunity, might actually be quietly damaging your legs, weakening your muscles, causing cramps, making it harder to move even when you're trying to do the right thing? Let's start with the first one that's likely hiding in your multivitamin right now. Vitamin A, the silent stiffness maker. Vitamin A is critical for vision, skin, and immune health. But as with so many things in life, more doesn't always mean better. In fact, getting too much vitamin A, especially from supplements, can have the opposite effect of what you intend. According to the World Health Organization, long-term intake of high-dose vitamin A can lead to hypervitaminosis A, a toxic buildup that settles in your liver and slowly poisons your system. But the symptoms don't always start in your stomach or liver, they often show up in your legs. Many older adults who take daily multivitamins, fish oil, or cod liver oil aren't aware that they may be overdosing on this fat-soluble vitamin. Unlike vitamin C, your body doesn't flush the extra. It stores it. And over time, that excess starts to stiffen your joints, tighten your muscles, and drain flexibility from your legs. You might start to feel achy when you stand up from a chair, or struggle more with climbing stairs. The discomfort may feel deep, like it's coming from inside the muscle. Often, it gets mistaken for arthritis or just old age. And it's not just supplements. Certain natural foods are rich in preformed vitamin A, including beef liver, full-fat dairy products, and cooked carrots. On their own, they're not dangerous, but when combined with a daily high-dose vitamin pill, the risk increases quickly. So what can you do? Talk to your doctor. Request a vitamin A level blood test. Don't assume that more is better, especially when it comes to fat-soluble vitamins. Vitamin D, overdose and cramps connection. Vitamin D is vital. It helps your body absorb calcium, strengthens your bones, and supports immune function. But it also carries a hidden danger, because like vitamin A, vitamin D is fat-soluble, which means your body stores it. And over time, that storage can become toxic if you're not careful. According to the CDC and the Cleveland Clinic, taking too much vitamin D can lead to hypercalcemia, a condition where calcium levels in the blood become too high. And the effects of that excess calcium? They show up in the legs. People with vitamin D overload may experience muscle cramps, burning in the calves, twitching or spasms, and even a kind of internal stiffness that makes walking feel more difficult. These symptoms are especially noticeable at night, when you lie down and suddenly feel your legs tensing up or tingling for no clear reason. Now here's where things get tricky. These symptoms can mimic other age-related issues, so people rarely suspect they're supplements. Many older adults are prescribed high doses of vitamin D, or self-prescribe them, based on internet advice or over-the-counter labels without ever checking their actual blood levels. But not everyone needs the same amount. Your vitamin D needs depend on your lifestyle, sun exposure, kidney function, and more. That's why the Cleveland Clinic strongly recommends testing your 25-hydroxyvitamin D levels before adding or adjusting any supplement. There's another concern too. When too much calcium builds up in the blood, kidney function may decline, making it harder for your body to eliminate toxins and regulate minerals. That creates a downward spiral. More supplements, more imbalances, more symptoms. And often, the legs are the first to suffer. Light bulb, the right dose helps you walk stronger. But the wrong dose? It could be the very thing holding you back. So please, don't self-prescribe. Get tested. Work with your doctor. Let your treatment match your body's actual needs, not general advice on a bottle. 3 harmful daily foods that trigger cramps and weakness. As a doctor who's spent decades watching patients grow older, I can tell you this. What we eat after 60 doesn't just affect our waistline. It changes how we walk, how we sleep, how steady we feel on our feet. You see, at this stage of life, your legs become more sensitive to inflammation, poor circulation, and nutrient imbalances. And while some foods seem innocent, comforting even, they may be the very reason your calves ache at night, or why a short walk feels more tiring than it should. So let's talk about 4 common foods that quietly weaken your legs, day after day. Sugar and sweets, a sweet trap for your muscles. Sugar isn't just about taste. It's chemistry. And when you eat sugary foods, cookies, pies, candies, sweet drinks, your blood sugar spikes. Then crashes. That crash robs your muscles of the steady energy they need to contract and relax properly. But it goes deeper. According to Harvard Medical School, excess sugar impairs the endothelial cells that line your blood vessels. These cells are essential for keeping circulation strong, especially in your legs. Once damaged, they restrict oxygen flow. Less oxygen means slower healing, weaker muscle fibers, and an increased risk of leg cramps, heaviness, and nighttime spasms. And sugar isn't just in desserts. It hides in white bread, ketchup, flavored yogurts, even low-fat snacks. Over time, it creates chronic inflammation in your body, which makes your nerves and joints more sensitive. You might notice it as a dull ache in your thighs, a stiffness in your knees, or that burning feeling in your calves after a simple walk around the block. You may think it's just one treat, but to your muscles, it's more than that, it's stress. B. Fried foods, crispy outside, clogged inside. Let's talk about that crispy basket of fries, or that golden chicken nugget. Fried foods taste great, but your arteries and muscles pay the price. According to the American Heart Association, fried foods are high in trans fats and oxidized oils, substances that dramatically increase inflammation and disrupt vascular health. Over time, they lead to the narrowing of arteries, especially in the legs, reducing blood flow and starving your muscles of nutrients. That's why you may feel more stiffness, soreness, or cramping after a heavy fried meal. Trans fats also raise LDL, bad cholesterol, lower HDL, good cholesterol, and increase triglycerides, creating the perfect storm for circulatory problems. Your legs, which rely on strong blood flow, begin to feel tired faster. Recovery becomes slower, and pain becomes a quiet companion. Even worse, fried foods are low in protein and magnesium, nutrients your muscles desperately need. Instead of fueling you, they burden you. That heaviness you feel in your knees? It might not be age. It might be oil. See ultra-processed cheese, a salty saboteur. That slice of plastic-wrapped cheese on your toast, the creamy spread you stir into your potatoes, they're more harmful than they seem. Ultra-processed cheeses are loaded with sodium and saturated fats. Too much sodium causes your body to retain water, leading to swollen legs, tightness in your calves, and nighttime cramps that jerk you awake. Meanwhile, saturated fats contribute to arterial stiffness and raise your blood pressure, weakening the very vessels that keep your legs nourished. And here's the worst part. These cheeses are low in complete proteins. Your muscles don't just need calories, they need amino acids to rebuild and stay strong. Processed cheese gives you flavor, but no real foundation for muscle health. If you've ever woken up in the middle of the night clutching your calf in pain, ask yourself, could the cheese on your sandwich be part of the problem? Instead, try soft, natural cheeses like cottage cheese, ricotta, or farmer's cheese. They provide real nutrition without the chemical baggage. Industrial snacks, the invisible attack on nerves. Let's talk about the snacks we reach for when we're tired. Crackers, chips, flavored cookies, packaged treats. These industrial snacks may be convenient, but they're also loaded with MSG, monosodium glutamate, artificial colors, and synthetic preservatives. According to the National Institutes of Health, NIH, MSG can overstimulate nerve receptors, especially in aging bodies. For many seniors, this leads to symptoms like tingling, muscle pain, stiffness, and random cramping, particularly in the legs and feet. It's not just a reaction in your mouth, it's a neurological event in your limbs. Add in hydrogenated oils and high fructose corn syrup, and you're giving your body a triple whammy of inflammation, nerve irritation, and blood sugar instability. Over time, this damages not only muscle strength but also neuromuscular coordination, which explains why you may feel more off balance or unsteady after a junk food binge. These foods create a cycle. They drain energy, cause weakness, and then make you crave more of the same. It's not just habit, it's chemistry working against your legs. 5. What to do instead. Smart steps for stronger legs. If your legs have been feeling weaker lately, don't panic. You're not powerless. In fact, the strength in your legs can often be restored not through more rest, but through the right choices. The right nutrients. The right test. The right fuel. Let's start with something most people overlook, your blood work. Before taking any supplement, especially vitamin A or D, talk to your doctor about running a few key labs. Vitamin A levels, 25-hydroxyvitamin D, serum calcium, and CRP, which is a marker for inflammation. These tests give you a real picture of what your body needs and what it doesn't. Then, shift your attention to your plate. Every meal is a chance to either weaken or strengthen your legs. Focus on adding dark leafy greens like spinach, kale, or Swiss chard. They're rich in magnesium and potassium, two minerals that support muscle contraction and reduce cramping. Make sure you're getting enough high-quality protein as well. Think eggs, sardines, lentils, or plain Greek yogurt. These help rebuild lost muscle and keep your legs firm and functional. And don't forget your fats, but choose them wisely. Olive oil, avocado, flaxseed, and walnuts offer anti-inflammatory omega-3s that support blood flow and reduce stiffness. Most importantly, start reducing the processed foods and added sugars that we discussed earlier. You don't need to eliminate them overnight, but every little swap makes a difference. Your legs need more than rest. They need the right fuel to keep moving. Your legs aren't just muscles and joints, they're your freedom. They're the strength behind every step you take toward your loved ones, the foundation that lets you cook, garden, play, explore. They're your independence, your joy, your connection to life. And as you've seen today, it's not just time that wears them down, it's often the hidden choices we make every day. But here's the good news, you can take that power back. If today's video gave you something to think about, type 1 in the comments and share it with someone you care about. A neighbor, a friend, a sibling who's been feeling a little slower lately. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here that values real wisdom, not just quick tips. And don't miss the next episode. I'll show you 3 powerful foods that naturally rebuild muscle after 60 and how to make them part of your breakfast starting tomorrow. You won't want to miss it.